So if you're in the storage business or thinking of getting in the storage business, I'm sure you've read the headlines. Self-storage rental rates fall across the U.S. Surge in supply forces self-storage rental rates to drop. Self-storage slowdown. I'm sure you've read those headlines. Are they true? Let's talk about that. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Self-Storage Quick Start Academy. I support small investors who want to get in the self-storage business or who want to grow their self-storage business, strategically do so in a way that creates true wealth. And you've read the headlines. Storage rental rates dropping, oversupply, all of the headlines. Is it true? Well, it depends. It depends on what? Well, it depends on where you are. Well, I'm in the Southeast. Where in the Southeast? I'm in Atlanta. Where in Atlanta? Self-storage is a sub-market product, sub-market phenomena. There are very few regional, citywide, statewide pressures on the supply and demand of a particular facility. There are a lot of pressures on that facility within its market range. And its market area is typically 5-6 miles around. You see, when you're a writer, the job of the headline is to get people to read the first sentence. And the job of the first sentence is to get people to read the second sentence. That's the business of writing, and that's the business of headlines and papers and articles. See, self-storage is a sub-market phenomenon, sub-market by sub-market. That's what's driving the supply-demand for any particular facility. So if you take all the sub-markets in the U.S. and compile them together and average them, there may be a national, quote, decline in rental rates. I don't know. I haven't seen that number. I have seen it city by city or state by state, but I've never actually seen the calculation that says national rental rates are going down. But it really doesn't matter. Self-storage is either going to boom or it's going to become oversupplied, sub-market by sub-market. Here's what I do know. If the sub-market for the project you own or you're looking at is oversupplied, in other words, there's more self-storage supply than there is people to rent it within the market area of that facility, your rents are going to be declining. If your sub-market is in equilibrium, 8, 9, 10, whatever, square feet per capita in that sub-market, your rental rates are flat. If in your sub-market there is not enough supply to meet demand, there's 2, 4, 5 square feet per capita, your rental rates are rising. That's what I know. So according to Yardi, Dallas, Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, rents are down 6%. I just looked at a sub-market in the Fort Worth area. I mean, a good sub-market, heavily populated, over 100,000 people within a 3 to 5 mile radius, where there was slightly under 2.7 square feet per capita in a very densely populated area with incomes pushing between 48 and 50,000. Is that a sub-market you'd like to build in? If you read Las Vegas, the rents are rising. There's, quote, in Las Vegas, pent-up demand. But I just looked at a sub-market in Las Vegas where there was 12 square feet per capita. You want to expand or build one in that sub-market? Yes, there is more self-storage product online and coming online. There's been a huge construction boom. No denying it. I've seen stats from anywhere from 8 to 12% more supply coming on nationally. You don't want to bury your head in the sand. And I have some projects where I'm really feeling that, the extra supply. I have some projects in sub-markets that are really oversupplied. I feel it. But you don't want to be bullied by the headlines. You don't want to be swayed one way or the other. You know what to do. What there is to do is to look in the target areas that you've created in your business plan and find the sub-markets that need the product that you have. And I promise you, there are places in Dallas, Texas that I would build over places in Las Vegas. You know, after the Great Recession, there was a lot of pent-up demand and very little new product coming online. And rental rates began to soar, and occupancy rates began to soar. Coupled with that, there was a lot of Wall Street and institutional money flowing into self-storage because they saw how well self-storage performed during the recession. You put all of that together and stir the pot, what happens is, in certain sub-markets, you're going to start seeing overbuilding. Now, if you follow the trend lines, it appears as if our industry is moving in the real estate cycle towards oversupply. And perhaps we are. But again, self-storage more than any other real estate product is a sub-market product. Nobody's going to drive from South Houston to North Houston to rent a unit because the doors look nice. People rent storage where they live, and it is very simple to define what is the potential demand for a facility and what is the current supply. The feasibility reports for self-storage tend to be more accurate than any other product type because we know where the market is. 86% of our customers live 5 miles or closer to our facilities. So we know where our customer base is, and it's easy to calculate how many square feet are in our market area, facility by facility. So if you're in an expansion or in a new construction or considering one, just remember there's two main factors that are going to impact your lease up or absorption of your new space. One is population and population growth in your submarket, and the other is the percentage of people in your market using self-storage. Both of those factors tend to be trending the right way. It's easy to tell in your submarket if population is growing. What's the growth rate of people in the market? And it appears from every indicator I've seen that more and more people are using self-storage because it's becoming an accepted product, and all the demand drivers for storage tend to be trending in the right direction. Huge number of baby boomers passing down their stuff to younger generations. We live in a consumer-driven economy. You know, between August 2017 and August 2018, furniture and home furnishing, they were up over 3.5% in retail sales. Our society is a consumer-driven society, and the more stuff that's accumulated, the more self-storage becomes a necessity for people. Housing and multifamily housing are trending in the right direction, and employment is still very good. We might not have as well-paying jobs as we had 40 years ago, but employment is good. All of the drivers for self-storage in most markets appear to be trending in the right direction, not over the top. And if you're in a submarket where the population's growing, self-storage has a bright future there. Yes, I think over the next few years there's going to be pressure on the rental rates. Over the last 6 years or so, we've enjoyed extremely high income increases per year, pushing 10% or some in double digits in some markets. And I think that's going to slow down and go to more historic growth, like an average of 3% a year. And once the amount of new product that has flooded the market, most of it's there. Some of it's still coming on, but not as much as there. In the next year or so, I think you're going to be seeing less and less self-storage coming online. And in a few years, the market will absorb the new product. That's my prediction. There will be some sub-markets that are drastically impacted when we had developers oversupply them. But as a rule, self-storage has a bright future. Yes, it'll be a little slow over the next few years, but if you use some strategic pricing and revenue management techniques, and we've talked about them, such as value pricing, you can go to episode 154 and look at that. If you are willing to learn new ways of doing business and will employ and experiment with some of these techniques, you'll most likely do real well. So don't let the headlines bully you or scare you. Stay the course, do what you know to do, sub-market by sub-market. Find where there's a need for our product and buy there, expand there, do a value add play there. You do that, stay the course, be bold, be brave, stay the course, and be smart. You'll create true wealth and a fulfilling career in what I know is the absolute best business there is, the self-storage business. So I look forward to being with you next week. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage. And if you're not using the analyzer, the Storage World Analyzer, check it out, storageworldanalyzer.com. I don't know how we would be in the business without it. That's what we use to project the financial cash flows for the projects, so we know whether we're going to do them or we know what the expansion will look like. I invite you to explore it. storageworldanalyzer.com. Thanks. I look forward to being with you again soon.